tutti! Hi everyone, my name is Maggie and you can find me on Instagram at @theartfuleveryday. So I want to tell you about Italy today and the program I did there to au pair, which is called Rome Abroad. So Rome Abroad is an agency that will connect travelers with host families, and they offer their services in several countries. I chose Italy because I had studied abroad there and I had always wanted to return and live abroad again. So I will be talking all about au pairing, Rome Abroad as a program, Rome, which is the city I lived in and fell in love with, and hopefully I'll answer all of your questions. I chose Rome Abroad because it was my first time going abroad as an au pair, and so I wanted, like the peace of mind of going through a program, knowing that the families they chose had already been checked out, just really the assurance and the peace of mind of the fact that I would have a support system while I was abroad, which is really important. When you work with an agency, they can connect you to the other au pairs that are living near you or in the same country as you. So I was able to make friends with the other Rome Abroad au pairs that were living in Rome, and then also kind of had a network with the other au pairs that were located in Italy and other places in Europe. Au pairing is a great way to live abroad, live in a different country, and see firsthand a different culture. And it's really nice to be able to live with a host family. When I studied abroad, I lived on my own in an apartment. And after living with a host family, I can see what a big difference that makes. You feel like you're a part of what's going on in the city. You feel like you're a part of the culture. You learn so much more. And if you're learning the language, it's really helpful for, practicing your Italian with native speakers. And just, you get to learn all of the little cultural things that you might not learn if you're just living on your own. So my host family was really great. I met them over video call before I went abroad. And I also ended up chatting with them one more time with my parents so they could meet each other. And that was really great. So I would say before you go, definitely get to know them a little bit. I asked a lot of questions about the kids, and then I was able to bring them gifts when I arrived. I think that's why my luggage was overweight, but I brought them gifts and they loved it, especially like English books and puzzles, things like that were really nice to be able to give to them and make a really good first impression. And then aside from that, we had dinner almost every night together. So I was able to get to know them just by, living with them, obviously, and always asking questions and listening to what they had to say. I also speak Italian. I'm not quite fluent, but that helped. They were really willing to help me learn Italian. And then also I brought the kids to their grandma's house every week, so that they could play with their cousin. We had lunch there, would work on homework. So I got to know their extended family, which was also really nice. They would give us a ride home from grandma's if it was raining, so we didn't have to take the bus, and they were just overall so sweet, and I was so sad to leave all of them because they all really welcomed me to Rome and into their family. Probably my favorite activity I did with my host kids was when they had a day off of school, we went rollerblading, and that was really fun. A lot of people ask how to make friends abroad, and it's a great question. Like I said, was able to make friends with the other Rome Abroad au pairs. I also had my host mom connect me with another au pair who had kids going to the same school that my kids went to. So that was really nice because I would see her every day at the pickup when we would pick up our kids. And then we also lived really close by, which was really nice in the city as big as Rome. That's one piece of advice I would give, is to ask your host family where they live in the city. I ended up being in a really great neighborhood. It is so hard to choose the prettiest place I visited because all of Italy is beautiful. I did a lot of travel just in Italy. It's super easy by train. And I had already been a lot of places when I studied abroad when I was based in Florence. So I saw a lot more smaller towns and places closer to Rome, which was very nice. And then I also took trips to London and Vienna, which were beautiful, especially during the Christmas season. Another question I get a lot is, what are the foods that I can't stop thinking about, which is impossible to answer if you've ever lived in Italy. In Rome especially, they have certain dishes that are, particular to the region. So You can find a lot of really great Roman pasta like cacio e pepe, carbonara, which are kind of hard to find in the US, so I've had to learn how to make them here. So a big question is, what are the differences between the cultures in America and Italy? And I talk a little bit about this on my Instagram sometimes, but there are definitely a lot of big cultural differences. First of all, they are really like family oriented and very like food oriented. So like I said, we had dinner together every night, which was really great, and my host mom was a great cook, so I always enjoyed just gathering around the table. And then we did that every day for lunch too. I made the kids lunch. They didn't eat lunch at school, so we would just eat lunch and talk and kind of decompress from their school day, which was great. Other cultural differences I noticed were definitely like bringing the kids to activities. They had swimming lessons and you had to wear little booties over your shoes in the locker room. So that was something new, and I had to figure out how to buy those and wear them. I can't even describe all of the cultural differences. Definitely like when you go to get a coffee, that's a little different. You can just drink it at the bar. It does really help to know some Italian, I would say, even just baseline, so you can get by in a restaurant or a cafe. Another difference would be that I walked pretty much everywhere. In Rome, the buses aren't super trustworthy, so if the bus didn't come, I would just walk. But again, Rome is a huge city, so I did learn how to take the bus, you know, to the train station if I was leaving for the weekend, or to a different neighborhood to explore for the day. So you definitely learn the transportation, but just be ready to walk a lot. I think I averaged like 10 miles a day. Not kidding. But I was in great shape, and then I could eat all the pizza and pasta that I wanted, so. The advice I would give to a future traveler is just to be really passionate about why you're going and the experience you want to have. So when I first arrived in Rome, I kind of made a list of goals for myself. One being I wanted to like dive into all of my relationships and really make strong connections with the people I met there. Another one was that I didn't want to be afraid. So if I wanted to try speaking Italian somewhere, I would, even if it was a little bit uncomfortable. So I would say just be really intentional about why you're going and what you want to get out of the experience. If you want to travel a lot, it's really easy to do that in Europe. You can see a lot of places, but I also would recommend that you get to know the city you're in, spend all the time you want with your host family. You will miss them so much when you leave, and they will be really sweet hosts to you and make you feel like you're a part of the family. So I would recommend Rome Abroad because they make it really easy to find a host family. They connect you with other au pairs, and you have a built-in support system when you're very far from home. Plus, you get to live in a beautiful city like Rome. I hope this was helpful for all of you. If you have any questions, hit me up on my Instagram at @theartfuleveryday. And you can also find me at my blog, which is The Artful Everyday.